Guys, welcome back to my YouTube series. It's Enrong here. We're here for part 7. We're getting through them thick and fast now. And the next race up, you can see it, it's the crown jewel of the F1 calendar. It is the Monaco Grand Prix. So yeah, just before we go into it, we'll do the usual, guys. We're going to have a quick look again at the previous race results, just to remind ourselves of exactly what happened. But of course, Eddie Irvine took his first win of his career for Ferrari, nonetheless, and he took that by over the 24 seconds there from Mika Hakkinen. And Frentzen again, very consistent, very solid, maybe an outside challenger for the title because of the fact that he's finished pretty much every single race. A couple of surprise retirements, again both the Benettons on the same lap nonetheless, or no less rather, and yeah, really surprising season for them. Schumacher, of course, with an engine failure for Ferrari. So yeah, at this moment in time, of course, what this means is McLaren are leading the Constructors' Championship from Ferrari, Williams, Jordan, Sauber. No one else has managed to score points, but you'd expect at least Benetton to score points before the season is out. And there's a Drivers' Championship. I'm not going to call it out, of course, but that's what you're looking at this moment in time. Coulthard from Schumacher from Hakkinen, and that's the Drivers' Championship. But yeah, let's move on, guys. Let's have a look firstly at everything that's going on, and let's have a look at the news. So Irvine, of course, delighted to have won his first ever Grand Prix, and I'm sure he is, Mr. Eddie Irvine, Mr. Arrogant, I think he is in real life, even though he's Irish, of course, a bit like myself, so he's an interesting character there. Schumacher, of course, he led the Grand Prix. We won't get a team sponsor. We've given up that, of course, after I think the second or third race, and we've made it official there now as of the last race that we're going to look for a cash sponsor to pay us double. Jordan, happy to see both their cars in the top 6. Good performance there from Eddie Jordan and the boys, and Ron Dennis and his guys, of course, are happy with a top 6 finish there as well, although not a great top 6 finish, it has to be said. When you're in a McLaren and you're not winning, it's not good in this game. Yes, they are still concerned that they're so far off the pace, so that's not going to change. But Ferrari have signed a joint venture deal with Elf for next season. Is that a partner deal? Might be a partner deal. I'm not sure. We'll have to double check that one. Herbert, of course, has been signed for Jordan. That's a questionable signing, I would say, for Jordan. You're not going to be winning championships with Johnny Herbert in your team, especially in this game. So I'm not sure if they're looking to actually really win a championship with him in the team. Schumacher, of course, fastest lap posted by him the last race before he retired. Salo signed by Tyrrell. Good signing there for Tyrrell. And not a bad move for Mika Salo either. He stays on the grid, which is the most important thing. Williams have signed Alexander Wirtz. This is an interesting signing. Now, Wirtz isn't a bad driver in the game, but like he's had no luck at all this season so far. And not sure why you'd want to sign a driver whose motivation must be shockingly low, considering all these problems that the Benetton cars have had. And this would actually explain why Hakkinen has had not a great race last race. He had a locked wheel nut during one of his pit stops, which cost him dearly. And Benetton, of course, had problems with the jack, which hurt them as well. So Fisichella's race just going from bad to worse, really, then with the retirement afterwards. But Benetton did sign Akai as one of their sponsors. McLaren signed Eagle Star as well. Williams have signed Falke. Ferrari hopes to close a deal with Ricardo Rosset. Why on earth would they be looking to do that? That would be the strangest deal ever in F1 history if Ferrari did that. Pay driver, and he is probably the worst one on skill, I think, in the game. Pay drivers as well. Yeah, that's a really weird one. McLaren confident of agreeing a deal with Eddie Irvine. I thought he was already signed by someone. We'll have to have a look at that again. We'll have a look at the driver market there shortly in a second. But yeah, during the pit stops, surprisingly little brake dust came away from the Tyrrell cars, so they must have power brakes? Traction control? They must have something or other anyway, so the Tyrrell guys are up to something. And, oh no, worst manager. I don't think I've been doing that badly, have I? Well, that's a shame. And Ron Dennis, of course, manager of the month. Well, look, I'm sure Ron Dennis is just paying him. You know, profit of 24k in the last race. New star workers, which is always a good sign. Testing nonsense as usual, guys. We've received a new improved engine from our sponsor. I'm not sure if that'll be better than the engine we improved, so we'll have to see. And I had to call an emergency meeting with the sponsors. No one's happy with my lack of popularity. Well, look, guys, it's just like real life. No one likes me. That's just the way it is. HSBC, of course, have increased their support. Hewlett Packard reduced support. We made good progress on our talks with HSBC. That's what we want. We want a good deal with them. Monaco, of course, it is here. Sorry, the big one. So we're going to invite most of the important sponsors, spend as much money as we can on this. We're not really going to change anything. We can't really afford it. And yeah, that's it. Our potential FI funding has gotten better for next season. It must be with all these finishes really helping our position at this moment in time. Yeah, let's have a quick look at the driver market. So Frentzen gone to Ferrari, of course. Villeneuve is going to, he's staying with Williams next season. Barrichello staying with us. Herberts are going to Jordan, as we know. And Lacey going to Jordan as well. So they're basically taking the Sauber boys. Panis going to Tyrrell, and he'll be partnered up with Salo there. Nakano going to Williams. That's a shocking choice there by Williams. And Hakkinen going to Sauber. Coulter going to Prost. Where's Ralph going again? Ralph's going to Minardi. Damon is going to Benetton. Michael is going to McLaren. So yeah, I'm not sure. Vert's gone to... Where's Vert's gone to again? Williams. Yeah, not much to say about really. As I think it was Rosset. They're close to agreeing a deal with him, wasn't it? That was the Ferrari. Who Ferrari signed again? I think it was Frentzen. Yeah, strange. I mean, I'm not really sure why they'd be looking to do that, but yeah, that's pretty much it at the moment, guys. We're just looking to bring on a couple more of these star staff. So we'll bring in the excellent and very good guys to improve our department efficiency. The engineers as one. Very good there, so we'll bring that person on board as well. That'll increase up to 40. And with the mechanics as well. But as you can see, the morale is low for the mechanics, 60%. Engineering is 100, design is 110, and the commercial is 100. So they're looking quite good there. But yeah, next thing we're going to look at, guys, as always, is sponsors. Only 2 progress there for HSBC. That's a little bit disappointing, considering how much of our staff we put towards it, 70%, as you can see. But look, that's just the way it goes sometimes. So yeah, we're looking decent for next season, I guess. But this is how the car looks at this moment in time. The Ford logo still hasn't gone on the car. Maybe it's just that blacked out terrible one there. Maybe the game just isn't rendering it properly. It's hard to tell really. But yeah, that's what we're looking at there for next season. So of course, if you haven't already seen, guys, and if you've just checked out this video for the first time, Ford are coming in as our engine sponsor for next season, as a partner, Elf as a customer. That's all we've signed so far. So yeah, let's go on then. Let's look at the design. The design is the next thing we have to look at, of course. We've had good progress on the design. If we can get this up to 100%, we're going to have a dreadful car next season. But maybe it might not be the worst car next season. Maybe it'll be better than Minardi. Maybe it'll be better than Tyrrell. Who knows? We'll have to see. So yeah, that's good at least. Other than that, it's just the usual, guys. We just got to replace, get these spare parts in. So we're going to build a few of these, of course. We'll get all 4 of them. We'll pay the extra 100k to get the extra parts in. As you can see here, guys, with this trick, 1%, and you can boost the cost all the way up. So 106, so it's a bit more expensive than last race. But anyway, that's just the way it is. But yeah, let's just check out this model actually that Ford have given us. So this is our model, and Ford's model is better response, better weight, but it doesn't have the rigidity that I want. Yeah, so we'll stick with our model. Unfortunately, Ford haven't really given us something great. Yeah, other than that, we're just replacing now the wear on the cars, of course. We're going to look to take away the damage on Barrichello's car, because that's a big thing in this game. I feel like the damage actually, it certainly hurts, I believe, the performance of the cars. So there we go there now. So that's car 2 repaired. So we're going to put Magnussen back in car 2. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. We're going to confirm the orders there. And confirm the assembly. Confirm setup. And yeah, just before we get into the next race then, let's just have a look at that potential funding for next season as well. So we're up to 6th place. We've actually overtaken Arrows, who've dropped to 8th. Prost have moved up to 7th. Benetton are where they are still. So yeah, 10.7 million. If we take that for next season, we'll be very happy. But let's move on into the crown jewel, the Monaco Grand Prix. So here we are, Monaco. No changes to the grid, of course, at this moment in time. Very dry, very low wind speed and 27 degrees. Just a perfect weekend, really. Monaco, that's what you want if you were ever to go there, guys. Lovely, beautiful weekend. But yeah, let's see now how these guys do. Our car probably isn't suited to this track. It's not really suited to most tracks, to be honest. But let's see how they do. I'm confident that Rubens can at least do well. Barrichello does decent. He's up to 16th, of course. Rosset banned after qualifying, so Tyrrell having caught for whatever they had in their car. It definitely wasn't approved by the FIA, and now they've been caught. So that's kind of hilarious, to be honest with you, and it's quite a risk. So yeah, Barrichello does outpace Deniz, who's his teammate for next season, of course. So Deniz hasn't had the best performance this season. He's been quite badly outpaced by Salo a lot of the time. A little bit worrying, but look, we have to take the pain of having him in. Hakkinen takes pole from Coulthard, Schumacher, Irvine, Villeneuve, Fisichella, Frentzen, and Vert. So the 2 Jordans and 2 Saubers after that. So yeah, I mean, the Benettons have shown consistently decent pace in qualifying, but will they be able to keep it up in the race this time? Overcast conditions with low wind speed. So I'm going to try a one-stopper here with Magnus in here in a second that you're going to see. I feel like it should suit us, the one-stopper. So yeah, let's try it. Hopefully we can get finishes here in Monaco. And again, Barrichello and Magnussen both finished the race. Barrichello 9th and Magnussen 11th. But look at this again. Where are the Benettons? They're not there at all. This is absolutely shocking from them. What has happened to them? So Fisichella with a suspension problem. And Verts with a brakes problem. I'm pretty sure one of them had a brakes problem last race as well. This just isn't good enough from them, is it? They really need to work on these problems. They need to fix these issues that they have in this car because it's just atrocious, really. Nicano retired, so did Damon Hill with an engine failure. Trulli, Tuero, Deniz as well. So yeah. So Magnussen actually managed to beat out both Sado and Panis, which is really good. And Barrichello managed to beat out Herbert, which is really good. But Hakkinen does win the race from David Coulthard, Schumacher, Irvine, Frentzen, and Villeneuve. So basically the top 6 lined as third there with the guys. So yeah, an interesting-ish race, I guess. Ralf Schumacher just missing out. Only only Frentzen, Irvine, Schumacher, and Coulthard finished on the lead lap with Hakkinen, and he won by a comfortable 20 seconds in the end there. So yeah, let's see how that affects the Drivers' Championship. Of course, Hakkinen closes the gap on Coulthard now to 2 points. Coulthard still leading, of course, on 34. Schumacher on 26. Irvine on 23. And Frentzen on 19. So those 2 guys are dropping back out of contention for the Drivers' Championship. Villeneuve finally adds to his tally again with a decent scoring on 8 points. Hill still on 8, of course. Ralf Schumacher on 3. And the 2 Saubers on 2 and 1 in Lacey and Herbert. And the Constructors' Championship, of course, means that McLaren pull away from Ferrari once again. No surprise in this game, in this series. 66 points from them. Ferrari 49, Williams 27. But the big surprise again, of course, Benetton have yet to score a point in this game. So yeah, that's pretty much been it, guys. As you can see here for the next episode, 12 million is now our expected estimated income for the season. This is going brilliantly for us, even though we're not scoring points, because we're just really consistent in bringing the cars home. But yeah, if you guys have anything you want to add in the comments below, let me know. I'll answer them. I always have a look at the comments. I read them before putting out new videos and so on. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. If you haven't seen the last one, go check that out as well. It was a good race there as well. But this one was an interesting one. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the driver market shapes up now with a couple more surprise changes. Maybe Ross it to Ferrari. Who knows, guys. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you with the next episode.